Hello, everyone. On behalf of the Muellers and Donaldsons, thank you all for coming. Laura, me, and the rest of the Mueller family could not be happier. Dakota's now part of our family. Sorry, I knew I was going to cry. I know Scott, Brandy, and the Donaldson family feel the same about Alyssa. Before dinner, which I'm a man of small, not many words, so I'm going to already get into before dinner. We'd like to say a prayer. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. Dear Lord, please bless this marriage between Alyssa and Dakota. May it be a strong, happy, lasting marriage. Bless everyone in attendance and all of our loved ones that could not be here for this joyous, joyous occasion. I'm so happy, guys. Now, please feel free to join in. Bless us, O Lord. Thank you, everyone.
Friends and family, one more time, our father of the bride this evening.
So there's a lot that I can say about this relationship with the family. However, I've messed up a lot of speeches and embarrassed Alyssa plenty of times to know that's not a good idea. So instead of me talking, Alyssa's actually going to be taking it tonight.
So, to be fully honest with you, we forgot to write what we were going to say right before dinner. But the main point we wanted to make is this room is full of people from all sorts of different backgrounds and places. And the fact that we get to get everyone here in one room is probably the first and only time that this will happen. And we are so eternally grateful. So whether you traveled 10 minutes or 9,000 miles, that is the longest distance somebody traveled, real talk. I just wanted to sincerely thank you all from the bottom of our heart. We can't wait to dance the night away with you and hope you enjoy your dinner, and thanks for coming, I guess.
All right, friends and family, one more time for our brand new Mr. and Mrs. Donaldson tonight.
First of all, let's acknowledge the hard work of the staff and the coordinators. The quality of this event and food is absolutely amazing, as selected by Alyssa and Dakota. So please give them a round of applause. My name is Christian Molina, and I am Dakota's selected best man. Let's see. I originally planned on making a video to act in place as my speech. The main reason was to present my own experience growing up with Dakota, to tell a story and give you all a first look at Dakota Donaldson in the past and in the present. Though I can only offer a sliver of his past. So let's take a moment to acknowledge the family and the friends that were there to raise, love, and support him since the beginning. So let's give a quick round of applause to Dakota's and Alyssa's family and friends that are here now and in our hearts. For your relentless love and support for these two have brought us here today to celebrate a beautiful moment in Dakota and Alyssa's present. So I met Dakota in 2010, 8th grade at Sequoia Elementary School in the funny little town of Manteca, California. I had just moved to that school district, and on my first day, my dad pulled me aside and said, "Don't plan on making any friends because we're probably going to move again." So with that in mind, I was pretty hell-bent on not talking to anybody. During breaks and lunches, I would walk laps around the grass fields, avoiding everybody. And for the first few weeks, my routine was go to school, walk home, do homework, then spend hours learning how to make and edit videos on YouTube. Eventually, my routine broke, and due to a single group project, a project that turned my 8th grade experience on its head, and that was selling interplanetary real estate with this fella. I wish I could show the video with you guys. Well, okay, it wasn't exactly that. It was actually a science project presentation with the goal of teaching us about planets. And I got paired with Dakota. So we asked ourselves, do we teach our peers about the beautiful mysteries of our universe? Or do we convince them to invest in timeshares on Mars that they may or may not be able to visit in their lifetime? So with a fake mustache, fake real estate licenses, a rubber ball spray painted to look like Mars, and a camera, We broke the ice with the whole graduating class, introducing two goofy kids who weren't afraid to be creative and silly. Working with Dakota on that project was not only a precursor to a lifelong brotherly bond formed with him and a few others in that class, but it was also a really good precursor for me to use Dakota and the others as actors in a wide array of ridiculous videos we made over the following summers. So if you're interested in seeing that, I can link you guys. No, they're not good. They're not good at all. But it wasn't just silly videos that we made. Observing and filming has become a funny habit of mine at the time. And in some cases, there wasn't even a camera in my hand. Rather, I just watched and observed Dakota. I've witnessed him go through various milestones in his life, from a shy, quiet kid to a courageous and flourishing thespian. From a young man who at times felt lost to a man who decided to serve his country and pave his own path within the ranks. I can recall the day I saw him at one of his happiest. It was 2022, the day before Alyssa proposed at the Griffith Observatory in Los Angeles, California. Dakota, Alyssa, myself, and some of our closest friends here today, sitting on the couch of an Airbnb, just talking. Dakota and Alyssa were wrapped in each other's arms, and Dakota had such peace in his eyes, knowing that he'll be marrying his best friend, and knowing that he and Alyssa were surrounded by good people. On that note, yes, the very best. On that note, Alyssa, the first day I met you, September 2021, in San Francisco, California, when you were stopping by to go view a Porter Robertson concert, we explored the city, crawled in and out of a dark hole to see the Golden Gate Bridge, then sang our hearts out in karaoke. Every moment presented a moment in which you just continually shined. That was also the night Dakota and I stepped out for just a moment, and with the utmost sincerity, vulnerability, and truthfulness, he said, Alyssa is the one. No hesitation, not even the prefix of I think. It was purely just, Alyssa is the one. Dakota's eyes swelled with tears, like right now. Just like right now. That to me meant he finally knew what exactly he wanted in life, and that he could finally put his guard down to be embraced by someone who loves him purely for who he is. And embracing him for who he is Alyssa's forte. She can make him sing, dance, and laugh all at once. And the best part about it is that Alyssa also sings, dance, and laughs alongside him. Alyssa shines through her smile, personality, and the people she surrounds herself with. I have this interesting visual in my head whenever I think about you two. Alyssa shining through Dakota's blue, vibrant eyes, her radiating smile, and his comforting laugh. That exact one right there. I'll wrap this up with a quote from one of mine and Dakota's favorite shows, Steven Universe. As said by a physical representation of love, Garnet, you are not two people. You are not one person. You are an experience. Make sure you're a good experience. Now go have fun.
Somebody come together, show some love to Christian tonight.
Hi guys. Chris, that was amazing. Like, I don't know how to follow up. Like, I'm kind of like, oh, you know. But hi guys, my name is Armand, and I'm from the bride side. I have known Alyssa for almost 10 years. It is almost a whole decade. We actually met at Disney World. We worked at the most magical place on earth, and you know, they say that it was all started by a mouse, but I would say, well, both of us could say that we were brought together by a rat. But, but you know, all jokes aside, you know, working at Disney did bring me to beautiful things, and one of those things was patience. If you've ever been there, you understand. And the second thing was a friendship that would last a lifetime, and someone that I'm so thankful to know. I have to read the rest off of my phone because, you know. Anyway, I'm so happy to be here to celebrate this day with you guys, and it's been such an emotional journey for me, and I'm sure for a lot of us here. And just seeing both of you up there and speaking from your heart and with so much truth, like, it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. I gotta say, all of this is just a Cinderella story brought to life. Like, the dress, the vows, all of this, the food, definitely the food. A+. Anyway, I could go on. So, okay. Our Prince Charming of the night, Dakota. From the day I was introduced to you, I feel like I have known you for years already, and something I truly appreciate. We can talk about K-pop, we can talk about Pokemon, we can talk about One Piece, even though he knows so much more than I do. I just don't. Definitely, genuinely a true king. We love. And most of all, he's unbothered when me and Alyssa are screaming in the living room to Taylor Swift and all of her concerts on repeat, and he goes, yeah, you guys have fun. Anyway, you both complement each other so well, and honestly, I couldn't imagine today any other way. It's been beautiful from start to finish. And I just want you both to remember this moment, always in the back of your mind, and with rings on your hand, and all of us here together, going wild. Thank you, Alyssa and Dakota, from all of us, allowing us to celebrate your love story today. It's been truly beautiful. Now, a toast to the lovely couple. I promised I'd end it this way. It's a bride request. Some of you may know who I'm talking about, Mr. 305. He is a legend from, Mr. Worldwide. Life is not a waste of time, and time is not a waste of life. So let's not waste any time. Let's get wasted and have the time of our life. To the Dolphin Saints.
Somebody come together, show some love to Armand tonight.
Hi, my name's Rain, and I have had the honor of being Alyssa's best friend for the past 17 years. But I want to tell you guys about a different friendship for just a moment. So, my grandma met her best friend when she was in her early 20s. She had just moved into this house, she was out in her yard, she had my mom on her hip, and her next door neighbor just so happened to be outside as well. Her name was Mary Lou, and they started chatting. And from that first conversation, my grandma just knew that this was something different and special. And that friendship became one of those friendships that turns into family. And they are still going strong to this day, well over 6 decades later. Well, about 17 years ago, I was in 6th grade science class, and I happened to get in a science seat next to Alyssa. And we started chatting. And those classroom chats turned into weekly sleepovers and numerous inside jokes. 6-hour-long phone calls on the home line on a weeknight. Sorry to our parents for that one. And one day, this was about a year into our friendship, we were about 12 years old, and my grandma is in town visiting. And she sees the two of us together, having all of our fun. And the next day, she pulls me aside, and she tells me that that is your Mary Lou. That was something different and special. And she said that if you nurture it, that you get to keep it for a lifetime. And we're doing pretty well so far. Well, the years have gone by, and those weekly sleepovers have turned into weekend getaways when we can scrounge up the PTO, and those phone calls have gotten a little bit more sporadic, but it's never been any less different or special than it always has been. And then a few years ago, she meets Dakota. And the story I want to tell about them is a few months into the relationship. We're talking like 3 months. I had hung out with them just a couple of times at this point, and they come to visit my husband and I, and the boys were down talking about something nerdy, I'm sure. And Alyssa pulls me inside, and just in case, tells me the exact type of engagement ring and size. Just in case. And if it had been anyone else, this was my moment as the rational friend to say, hey, pump the brakes, I don't know. But it hadn't been anyone else. It was Dakota. And in just those few times that I had seen you two together, I knew exactly what my grandma felt all those years ago. That this was something different and special. And so the only advice that I would like to give you tonight is the same advice that my grandma gave to me all those years ago, which is that if you nurture it, you will get to keep it for a lifetime. So could I have everybody raise a glass and toast to Alyssa and Dakota, because when you know, you know.
Somebody come together, show some love to your matron of honor reigning tonight.